Okay, give me a sec, let me finish drawing this room and we are starting the video right away. This is so addictive. Alright, welcome fellow gamers out there. I'm glad that you are here, as we are going to embark on a great adventure today. We have to explore the depths of the... let me try to pronounce this. So we have to explore the Yggdrasil labyrinth to find the hidden city. We have to go through the dangerous labyrinth, we have to create our own map of each level while battling huge monsters. Sounds good? Well, it is indeed. Now before we start our adventure, let me introduce you to a team of butchers. They are my fearless brave adventurers who are exploring the depths. My first line fighter is Ripper. I mastered him in the sword wielding mastery and he got a lot of cool skills to use in battle, like the Wolf Howl, which decreases the enemy defense for 4 turns, or the Rampage, which is a violent attack behind enemy lines. If I need to cause serious injuries, Ripper is my main man for the job. The second character in the first line is Sentinel. I gave him this name as he is our main protector and defender in the dangerous floors in the labyrinth. He has also very cool skills like Line Guard, which lowers the damage for 1 row, especially that he is in that row. Or the Provoke skill, which shields the party by drawing all enemy attacks towards him for 3 turns. But he's not just a defender, he's also a fighter specialized in spear mastery, and once he uses his special skills, he's fighting together with the rest of the team. Coming up on 3rd place is the first row, Etrian. She's a very useful character, maybe my most favorite one in the team. She's a princess, but not your ordinary Disney princess. Oh no, she has supporting skills like the Triumphant Cry, which heals all the team members automatically after each round. This is extremely useful as healing can be quite expensive in this game. She also has attack and guard orders, which improves the attack and defense stats of the row which she is fighting in. Once she uses these support skills at the beginning of the battle, she can jump straight in and fight next to the guys with her sword and slice and dice the enemies. You can have 3 characters in the first row in combat and 2 characters in the back row. Let me introduce you Azure, the wise old man who is our main healer in the team. Whenever the need comes to heal someone or remove a nasty effect or poison from someone, he is our man for the job. One of the team members died, no worries, he can resurrect him straight away. He also can heal multiple team members in a row and recover mana points when someone dies. When there are no healer things to do, he also can participate in combat with his fist skills. However, I like to keep him just quietly standing by in the back. Our last team member is Mana Burn. She's a skilled zodiac. No, she's not doing astrology, she's casting elemental spells. Fire, ice, volt and specialized spells in these categories. She also has support skills, like row characters can use skills without mana for a turn. This is very handy if you have to use some mana heavy skills before a battle. Mana Burn is standing in the back row and keep throwing deadly spells to the monsters. The beauty of this game is that you can create your own team and create crazy combos with characters which supporting each other. Like you've seen in my example, there are loads of skills for each character, so you can always look forward for the next time when your characters are gaining a level, so you can plan where you are going to spend the next skill point. Alright, time to hit the labyrinth. The first few levels are the Waterfall Woods, which is the first stratum, and located on the outskirts of the town where you are starting off. Located beneath the Yggdrasil III, these tropical woodlands contain many blooming flowers and waterfalls surrounding the deep chasm. The main action is happening on the top screen of the DS. Here, you can make your way through the labyrinth, fight battles, and use the menu system. The bottom screen is used for drawing your map. When I first heard about the Etrian Odyssey games and found out that you have to draw your own map, my first thought was, this is bad. Why would I want to do that? It is time consuming, boring, and doesn't make any sense. Well, when I played my first Etrian game on my 3DS, things turned out a bit different, as drawing the map is fun. At least for me. There's something special about holding the stylus, drawing the lines, placing special markers on the map, leaving notes for yourself at various places which you need to revisit, or you can gather stuff from that place. The map drawing actually adds a lot to the experience, and it is just pure fun. If the map would be drawn automatically, the game would be just another dungeon crawler, but developers use the possibility of the DS very cleverly. This is the game that you don't want to emulate. I mean, you can, but playing it on an actual DS with a stylus is the way to play it. Once you fully map the level, you can place arrows on the map, and next time you have to walk through that level, you do not have to manually navigate, just turn on the autopilot and your team makes their way through the level. Of course, you still have to fight. I have to say that the levels of the labyrinth are not just randomly drawn, they are cleverly designed on each floor, and you can find shortcuts which helps move faster on the levels or avoid foes. Who are they? Well, they are stronger enemies wandering around each floor and they are bugged on your map. It is better to avoid them if you are not leveled up a bit before you can try to attack them. Combat is a main part of any dungeon crawler, and here it is the same. The combat is turn-based. You can plan how you are going to make your turn, or if you're just grinding or facing weaker enemies, you can use auto battle when your team is only using physical attacks and not wasting any mana, or TP as it's called in the Etrian Odyssey games. In combat, you can and have to use the skills which your team has, as this is going to make your battles easier. I mentioned a few of the skills of each characters and how they support each other earlier in the video at the Meet the Butchers part, so I'm not going to talk about it again. Like in any other RPGs, once the combat is over, you gain experience points. On the top screen you can see how many points each character needs for the next level. I think this is very useful to see. I have to mention here that if any of your characters are die in combat, that character is not going to receive any experience point from the battle. If you had any negative or positive status effects throughout the battle, these will be gone after the battle. I mentioned in my other RPG game reviews that this is a two-edged sword. In a way, it is useful as you do not have to waste items or mana to remove the negative effects, but I still prefer when the status effects are staying on the characters. In my opinion, this is more realistic. When the battle is finished, you are gaining items from the monsters. These are mostly body parts of the monsters like claws, jaws and stuff like that. You can use these and those other stuff what you can find in the labyrinth to buy weapons, armor and items in the town. You're not going to find any money in the labyrinth. You can make money by selling the things you found down there. Also, the things you find is important to unlock new items at the shop, as the shopkeeper can use these to forge new weapons, armor and various items. If you cannot buy an item, it is always described what is missing for that item apart from money. Let's talk about money for a bit. In this game it is quite scarce and you are constantly low on funds. However, it is quite clever that if you want to make progress in the labyrinth you need to buy the best gear which is currently available. For that you need money and for that you need to grind. Okay, I know this is not really special for this game, but it's still clever. If you've seen my other game reviews, you know that I'm not a fan of grinding. I don't like to waste hours in a field just walking around, doing random battles. That is not for me. However, there are a few examples when I don't mind grinding, and this game is notorious of grinding, but it is fun to grind here. You always go a bit further, even when you are low on health, because you want to see what is behind that corner. Maybe there is a hidden treasure chest, or you are going to find a shortcut, which next time will be easier, and you just push your luck here and there while grinding. This is much different and more fun. But to be fair, I had to grind before boss battles and areas which were fully mapped, but that was fine. I just used the auto battle option and that was it. You are going to receive your main missions from the Senate in the city, which are basically the exploration of the dungeon and just killing bosses. The more interesting side quests can be received in the tavern. These random requests do gather something, kill something or find something in the dungeon. You should always take these quests as you are going to map the whole dungeon anyway, so you do not have to take any extra step to solve these quests. Once you solve the quest, you receive the reward and extra experience points, so it is a good way to level up faster. While your main mission is to explore the depths of the labyrinth, you can set sail from the city port and explore the surrounding area. Your task is to map out the local seas of Armorald and re-establish the trade routes with the local towns to return Armorald to its pre-calamity glory as a trade center. You are expected to progress seafaring in parallel with your journey in the labyrinth. You can fish, find pirate ships, various points of interest on the sea, so this is a quite detailed add-on to the main game. To be honest, for me this was not really a thing what I wanted to do in the game, as I enjoyed the dungeon crawling, and sailing completely is a different thing. It's alright, there are some fun parts to do, but I would be completely fine without it. So let's see what did I enjoy in Etrian Odyssey III. First of all, the mapping. It is so much fun. Even if you're skeptical, try it out, you are probably going to like it. Also, the very good variety in the characters and skills, you can build a lot of different teams to explore the depths. The level design is also very good, and when you are getting bored of the same setting, a new one would come. There's also a big variety in enemies, and the combat is also very good. There are many items to forge and equip on your characters. The music and the sound effects are very atmospheric. Let's see what are those things which I not really enjoy the game, or it could be improved. First of all, I could enjoy the game with a bit less of grinding. Not a major complaint, but sometimes it is a bit too much. But this is basically the same in Etrian Odyssey games, so I got what I expected. Also, the general difficulty of the game could be a bit easier. I think in the later entries in the series you can have an easier difficulty mode, but in this case you cannot change this. Again, not a major complaint. If it would be too difficult or frustrating, I would not play and recommend this game. I don't want to be frustrated, I want to have fun. So, in conclusion, would I recommend playing Etrian Odyssey III? Yes! If you love dungeon crawlers, old school RPG vibes, great skills, good combat and fun map drawing, this game is for you. And not just this game. There are 3 entries on the Nintendo DS, I played the first 2 already, and there are 5 entries on the 3DS where the dungeon is in actual 3D. The game has better graphics, more options to do, so if you love this genre, you are looking at hundreds of hours to put into these games. I will definitely play the 3DS entries as well, as these games are always fun. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed yet, now it is a great time to do so. Also, the YouTube algorithm has shown the video for you. It is on the screen now, check it out. Thank you for being with me here today, and I'll see you in the next Backlog Quest video.